All right, guys, it's been 6 months since the PSVR2 has been on PC, and it's time for us to do an updated review of this little headset. I've been getting a lot of requests to update the review that I did before that did really good, by the way, and thank you guys for those views. But it's time for the 6-month review and whether I still recommend this thing for PC or not. And before we do that, make sure you like and subscribe on the video. A lot of you guys don't do that. I need your support. All right, well, come on. All right, so first thing I tell you guys, PSVR2 on PC is a very, and I mean very mixed bag. And that has a lot of positives and negatives in that. So we'll get to the negatives a little bit later. First, talk about those positives. The first things first is a display. I love the OLED display for the PSVR2. Now, a lot of people are gonna hate it because it does come with a little bit of blurriness in terms of detail because the resolution is on the lower side, being at 2000 by 2040 versus like a, Valve Index, which is a little bit lower, or a Quest 3, which is substantially higher, or even a Pod Max Crystal, which is more on the higher end of things. Those OLED panels definitely make reading on the PSVR2 on PC kind of a terrible experience because it can be really blurry and it's very hard to read text. A lot of times when I'm streaming my PSVR2, it's really hard for me to read chat, like extremely hard. Personally, I don't think there's a lot you can really do to fix this because when you're running the PSVR2, running it at 100% resolution is a little bit more difficult than other headsets because the displays are so big. They're like huge. So when you're running games like Cyberpunk in VR, Contracted Showdown, or anything else that can take up a little bit of compute, especially while you're streaming, yeah, you're going to turn the resolution down to at least 75% to get a cleaner experience because the PSVR2 only does 90 hertz or 120 hertz. So you definitely need a little bit of a beefier PC, and Sony does tell you that with the PC requirements. So a lot of you guys are gonna be able to run this off like a 1060 or maybe early 20 series card, maybe if you get lucky, but definitely gonna need a probably mid-tier rig to kind of get the best out of the PSVR2 on PC. Personally, as somebody that rocks a 4090 in the PC, I love it. I love it at 100%, but I can get it. Now, on tougher games, I definitely turn it down. But the FOV of the PSVR2 is just undefeated, man. I've never had a headset that has binocular overlap like that. And you genuinely get like everything on screen. Especially when using a headset like the big screen Beyond, which has crazy small lenses. Going to the PSVR2 was like night and day. But overall, for the price, I think you get a decent amount of stuff. Now, you don't get the eye tracking and the HDR that's on the PS5. But honestly, for me, I don't really care about that because I don't play anything that needs eye tracking, and foveated render doesn't work out of the box like a lot of people think it does. But if you do want eye tracking and face tracking and stuff like that, there's plenty of other headsets on the market, and you're gonna have to spend some money to kind of get that. But I am gonna say there's not many headsets at $500 or even $350 at discounted price that's gonna have eye tracking and flash face tracking, or even HDR output, which has to be specified by game. So you're gonna ask VR developers, especially on PC, who are usually smaller developers that kind of focus on one headset out of, so many VR headsets. They're not gonna. Another big positive with the PSVR2 on PC is the controllers. I love these controllers, bro. These are like some of my favorite VR controllers, and even being a guy with big hands, I never have an issue with them fitting, and it's just a great experience all the time. Now, these controllers are gonna come back in conversation a little bit later, because we got some talking to talk about. But overall, in terms of gaming, man, I love playing PSVR2 on PC when I can get it to work, because playing games like Contractors or even Skyrim VR, Behemoth was really good on PSVR2. There's been a lot of really premier games on PC that I played in the past 6 months that have been enhanced into the radius, that have been enhanced to just be a whole better experience on PSVR2 versus a headset like the Quest, or even, like I said before, the big screen Beyond. Another good thing is the setup when it works correctly. Now, what I mean by that is that the setup for the PSVR2, in theory, and sometimes in practice, is very simple. Really, all you need is this cheap adapter, which only needs a display port cable, USB 3, port in the back, and this power plug, and the PSVR2 in the front. It's a really easy setup, but the only problem comes into the software, man. The software. If you've been a long time PCVR person, then Steam VR is probably one of the most fragile but amazing pieces of software out there. But when it doesn't work, there's 50 issues that you gotta debug on why. And if you didn't notice, we're getting into the negatives of the PSVR2 on PC. For the first few months before the second update came out for the PSVR2 PC app, I had literally no issue setting it up. Only thing I had to do was get some Bluetooth dongles, which is this bag right here, which has a lot of Bluetooth in them. So PlayStation does give you a list of Bluetooth dongles that work with the PSVR2, and you know, mileage may vary. Be honest with you, I end up going with the Asus adapter that they show you, and it works most of the time. Now, I did have some tracking issues during the beginning, but I had an update that fixed everything. But when that second update for the PSVR2 PC app came out, I was left in the dust. I'm talking about tracking wouldn't work. Headset was having like these weird flashing issues. It was bad. It was real bad. That made me put down the PSVR2 in general for months. And I hate to say that because I love the PSVR2, but I'm also a streamer, a content creator, and when I need stuff to work, I need it to work. Especially when I do my VR treadmill streams, which you see in the back right there, a little hunk of machinery right there. I need stuff to work when I need it to work because setting everything up already takes me a long time as a streamer. And so I end up going with this little thing right here.
No. Wait.
I know a lot of you guys don't want to see this, but this saved me a lot of time. So just setting up streaming and just recording regular content. I shit you not, there was a time I was setting up the stream with the PSVR2 a few months back. And I tell you, it took me 2 hours to debug my issue. Guys, I'm a software engineer. I Google stuff all day. That's my job. When you're a software engineer, you Google stuff, right? And you develop software. The PSVR2 PC app is in beta. Now, you're like, wait, it's an official release. The app genuinely feels like it's in beta and was an afterthought by Sony. Now, what does that mean? That means that I feel like the PSVR2 PC app and just the whole general connectedness thing to PC really just got figured out, man. The last time I used my PSVR2 on PC prior to this week, that this video came out, is playing Behemoth in December. It's been a while. It's been a hot while. Because I played it on stream that day, and I had issues with tracking. The Bluetooth thing is a real issue, and that's something you need to figure out before you get your PSVR2 PC adapter. Like I said before, I use the Asus Bluetooth adapter that they list on the website, and I'll make sure I put either a screenshot or put it in the description below, so you can go to that website to see what you need. I mean, I don't understand what they were doing to develop the app, because the main thing that I saw, especially being on subreddit and stuff like that, some people had to unplug their monitors to get it to work. Some people had to reset drivers, which is fine. I understand that, especially with Bluetooth drivers, because they can get real jumbled up. But there was like so many strenuous steps that a lot of people just don't want to go through in terms of setting up a PCVR headset. So before you get your PSVR2 PC adapter, make sure you go check, see if your Bluetooth and your PC is compatible, or if you need to get a dongle. And if you get the dongle, make sure you also get a lengthener or something that can keep the Bluetooth away from your PC. If you have a lot of peripherals, or if your play space is a little bit distant from your desk, get one of these that can kind of stretch it out to be somewhere else, and make sure it's pointed right at you when you play, because that's the only way I figured out how to get it to work perfectly most of the time. And the sum of everything I just set up, while it may not be a reason I would deter you from getting a PSVR2 on PC, because honestly, even my Valve Index with this little hunk of machinery right here, or even the Quest 3, there's always going to be issues with Steam VR. And that's just a constant. If you've been on PC, if you know, you know. But overall, if you have a clean setup, and I would tell you, make sure you buy everything within the first week, so you're prepared when you get it, and you can kind of switch out and change what may need to be changed to get everything to work. Another thing can be the tracking. So I mentioned the controller tracking with the Bluetooth. We also got to talk about the light tracking. For some reason, the tracking on PSVR2 PC is a little bit different than on console. I don't know what it is. A lot of times when I'm playing shooters, anything like that, I have no issues on PSVR2, PS5. But on PC, I have all these random light tracking issues. Sometimes it will just like kind of glitch. And it's definitely case by case. Some people have had no issues. Some people have all the issues in the world. So I would say definitely be cautious of that, because it can really ruin your experience and make you not want to put the headset on ever again. And not a long awaited question. Is PSVR2 worth it for PC? Personally, I would say yes, if you can get a clean working solution. Some people are gonna have a clean working solution, some people aren't. I would say buy it, test it out for a week. If it works good, keep it. If not, leave it alone. Because I just have had so many issues with this thing. And other content creators like Gamertag, I remember I talked to him on Twitter, and he said the same thing, man. He just had a lot of issues in terms of PC setup. I kind of wish Sony would have thought out the PC adaptation a little bit more, but I just genuinely have not fully enjoyed the setup and the support experience versus the great gaming experience on PSVR2 on PC. Overall though, I think that the PSVR2 is a phenomenal gaming experience on PC. FOV undefeated, colors undefeated, it's beautiful. It's just a marvel of technology in terms of PC adaptation. It's just that software support is severely lacking. And I wish that Sony would have put a little bit more effort into actually supporting the thing on PC versus just throwing us some software that may or may not work, may break with every Steam VR update. This past week, I definitely had a great experience, especially streaming Contractor Showdown with the homie Ego. Had a great experience just playing, and I really reminded on why I love the headset in terms of its visual and stuff like that. But I'm definitely in the market for a new PC VR headset. Just ordered the Shift All Meganex Superlight 8K. It's like $1,800, but there's a video for that, talk about that, but the review is coming for that. Personally, for the $350 price, I say go for it. I mean, there's not many wired solutions that you can get, especially at that price for PC VR. And if you're a person who's tried wired PC VR versus wireless PC VR, then you know the difference is night and day. Wired PC VR always beats it out for me every time. And even at the $500 price, there's not many options for you right now other than, you know, the Quest 3 or the Pimax, and that's if you want to deal with Pimax. So that's kind of a, you know, scary situation. So I don't know how many of you guys know about the Pimax horror stories, but I do. I'm good. But even with all the software support issues, I would say the PSVR2 on PC right now is probably the best deal you can get for wired PCVR right now. The mid-range to kind of, you know, high-range PCVR market is really lacking right now. There's not many options of upgrades right now. So I highly recommend the PSVR2 if you can get it working correctly on PC. All right, guys, that's it for the video. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, make sure you hit the notification bell. Come back to the channel, man. Come to the streams. Every Tuesday and Thursday, we do the VR Fitness Challenge streams. Losing weight with VR. Lost a lot of weight so far. Definitely gonna check those out. Always fun. We stream on TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube. So any platform you want to watch on, come on, pull up. That being said, with MartydudeVR, and remember, just a dude with a VR headset. Peace.